Hello, Guardians, and welcome to episode 104 of This Week at Shrouded, your weekly dive into all things Destiny with just enough sarcasm, and speculation to keep things interesting. I'm your host, A. Greener. This is Dunk and Mr. Wreck. Thanks for being here. And tonight we are literally standing on the edge of fate. Ah? Did you like that?
Somebody needs to donate to Greener one of those teleprompters that fits around your web camera.
Oh my God.
So we're not watching his eyes track his script as he looks down from his web camera and his eyes move left to right.
Is it really bothering you? Stop looking at the monitor. Fine. Bungie just announced the next big Destiny 2 reveal is dropping on May 6th. And the name alone has us thinking we're ready. We're heading into a brand new chapter. But that's not all. Tonight we'll also be breaking down the Sunless cell as the Grandmaster Nightfall with double loot. Keen Thistle re-entering Trials loot this weekend. Bungie's latest ban system patch and comms restructure. The blocky weapon drama from Rite of the Nine. And a fresh wave of Court of Blades nerfs. And yes, Bungie Bounty is back for a good cause. We even closed it out with a quick plug for our Extra Life 2025 campaign. Now officially running on Tiltify with new tools, new rewards, and the same missions to make a difference. So whether you're going to be chasing the Adept Palindrome this week, prepping for trials, or just want to hear me or watch me read without showing you my eyes, grab a drink and let's get into it. First, this week's winners. Hello. All right, I'm just going to look now. All right, so hardly any of you are buying tickets for some reason anymore. I don't know. There's free silver every week, 2,300. There's free SGC loot every week. So go buy tickets with your loyalty points. Stop gambling, you weirdos. But our winner this week claims both prizes because they bought many, many tickets more than everyone else. So congratulations to Devilito666. Claiming both prizes this week, 2,300 silver and a piece of SGC merchandise. Go buy tickets. Don't let your loyalty points go to waste. Okay. Oh, if you want to know how you can win silver or t-shirt, you're not part of the SGC, just join our Discord, shroudedgaming.com/Discord. Once again, shroudedgaming.com/Discord. Join our Discord. The Shrouded Gaming community is a large Destiny 2 community. Soon to hopefully add some marathon stuff to that, but the game might suck, so we don't know for sure. Anyway, yeah, join. You don't have to join a clan, but you can still hang out with us and take part of our cool stuff like This Week at Shrouded and our raids and all that fun stuff. So come swing in. You should join a clan, though. It makes it better. Our first topic of the night is the Edge of Fate reveal announced. So we're going to kick off this episode with that hype. And they dropped a name. We talked about it earlier, but or I just said it earlier. But they dropped the name of our next major content drop. And that's Edge of Fate, officially going to be revealed on May 6th, 2025. It's not a blog post. It's a full-on reveal event, as far as I know. So yeah, fire up your calendars, notify everybody you know, get them in there. It sounds like Bungie's going to lay out the entire year ahead for Destiny 2, based on their tweet. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. And let's talk about the lead up to this. I mean, we wrapped the final shape since then. We took down a Witness, dealt with the Vex, Maya Sundaresh, brought the hammer down on Fickrel and the Scorn, and now we're, well, it's finished, but we were in the middle of a Hive Civil War featuring Oryx, Sabathun, and Zevo Wrath. Bungie says it's been a year for closure, but also a year for hope. Now we're going to pivot from closing of the Light and Darkness saga into shaping what comes next. The name, Edge of Fate, feels like some sort of turning point or like an opening into a new, hopefully. I don't know. Let's wait till May 6th. But it's got some weight to it. It is, we're not just moving forward. We're standing on a precipice or a ledge deciding what comes after. everything we've just survived. So, yeah, May 6th is officially locked in as the next must-watch moment for Destiny fans. We don't have any details yet, but based on Bungie's pattern, expect a vid doc or showcase, reveal trailer, and developer breakdowns. Probably be an emblem or Twitch watch rewards, so make sure you're watching. And if you care about the future of Destiny, I mean, this is the time to watch, right? We'll probably do a co-stream on Twitch if I can swing it. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys might be expecting from the Edge of Fate. Are we seeing the beginning of the new saga, or something that still relates to like the epilogue of the Light and Dark? Probably new, but
I mean, I think it's new. I think we're going to be going to a new location. So I mean, we already know that in Frontiers, and this is part of Frontiers, we are going to some new locations that are going to have, you know, different architecture or whatever. I just want to open up with the downer part of my thoughts, and that is whatever hype people are going to feel about, you know, whatever trailers or reveal stuff Bungie puts out, because they're very good at that kind of thing. Just keep in mind that we already know that we are expecting these to be roughly equivalent to some of the smaller expansions we've gotten over the years. So your Curse of Osiris, your Shadowkeep, it's not going to be Forsaken level content. So just make sure you manage your expectations into whatever your hype is. I would really feel bad for people that got really disappointed that they did not get another fucking Witch Queen or Final Shape or whatever, because that's not what we're going to be getting based off what Bungie said thus far. Beyond that, you know, I'm always excited for more Destiny. I'm in kind of a Destiny slump myself right now, but so my hype level is not particularly high. Once I see the reveal stuff, though, I'm sure it will be exciting again. So hopefully, anyway, hopefully it looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope it looks amazing. I'm super stoked. Obviously, I'm always extra stoked for content drops for Destiny. It's just the way I've been built since creating the SGC. Anything that helps drive activity is super exciting for me. Even if I'm not personally interested, it makes no difference. To be completely honest, but I would like to be interested. But I'm also interested in Marathon. And I'm sure. I don't know when the launch date for this is going to be. I don't imagine they want to cannibalize their launch dates or anything. So I am expecting sometimes before the end of July as a release window. I might be wrong. That seems like a really short pre-order window for Bungie in particular, but maybe it's big enough for them. But I can't see them pushing it to August or September.
They can't push it to September. There's too many big releases happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? So it's got to be. I think it has to be July. I'd be surprised if it was in June. I'd be very surprised, but you know, I'm expecting July in the announcement. Well, I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks. But you imagine? Sorry, I saw chat. Devil said same day as Marathon. You imagine it's September 23rd. They just dropped them both on the same fucking day,
alongside Borderlands 4. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be great.
No, are people gonna play Borderlands 4? Like everybody keeps saying that on Twitter. It's like, oh yeah, good choice. Drop it along Borderlands 4. You know what is a good choice? You know who's the parent company of Take-Two? The same people that own Grand Theft Auto. So you know what's not launching on September 23rd? Grand Theft Auto 6. Because why would they choose the same launch date? They wouldn't. All right? So picking Borderlands 4 launch date will effectively 100% allow you to avoid a GTA 6 launch. I guarantee it. By at least a month. So, brilliant. You got half the people on the internet saying it's stupid. Secondly, Borderlands 3 sucked. It was not good. Are people that much excited for Borderlands 4? That's unbelievable to me.
I think so.
I don't know why. Everything they've shown so far has been garbage, in my opinion. They showed one trailer that I was like, okay, that's better. But that was it. To me, like, that shit looks so, like, the same that they've been doing every time. And that's why I like Tiny 18 as Wonderland was so good, is because it was a lot different. Whatever. I'm not going to get too much into Borderlands. This is a Destiny show, but I don't think that's, I don't think it's particularly relevant. And maybe it stops like the initial burst of sales a little bit, but people don't keep up with Borderlands. They don't keep playing it. They like to pretend they're a game of service, but they're not. They're a game that releases a few expansions and then dies. In my opinion. I guess there's probably still people playing Borderlands too. But that game was awesome. See, there's a difference. Biscuit says 4 will be way better. It's their redemption time. I hope so, to be honest. But I don't think it's going to pull a lot of people away from buying Destiny. At all. They're in a similar category, but not really. I guess they're both looter shooters, so they're in the exact same category. I guess I don't know sales. Maybe I'll look up sales. Here, hold on. Borderlands 3 sales. Wait, is that game that old? What the fuck? All right, I said it sold 8 million copies by the end of 2019. What the shit? That game came out in 2019? Fuck. Chat, I'm old. We're so old. Destiny, no. Marathon, yes. People that are going to buy extraction shooters are not playing looter shooters. I'm reading chat too much. Stop me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Marathon is going to cater to a very small percentage of Bungie consumers. I don't think they're trying to grab their current consumers. That wouldn't make much sense. Since their current consumers...
I hate that criticism of the game. It's not about other Bungie players. Not about Destiny players.
Yeah, they don't want to cannibalize their own customers. They want to bring in new customers into the fold. They're trying to bring the Escape from Tarkov players, the Division 2 players, what other extraction shooters there are players.
Division 2 is not even really an extraction shooter. It has a little extraction shooter bolted onto it.
The only thing that anybody plays in the Division is the Dark Zone. It's the best part of the game. So it's an extraction shooter with a little bit of PvE attached to it, in my opinion. You want to fight?
I'm an American. You don't want to fight me.
All right. Anyway, you can't call. You can't say there's superior extraction shooters in the shoot, supposedly, because first off, we haven't seen any of them. We don't even know what Marathon's going to be like. It might be the best fucking one ever released. Until you have it in your hands, you can't say there's better ones coming out. Tarkov is the only really successful extraction shooter right now, and it caters to people that want an incredibly realistic version of that. Marathon is going to be entirely different. Sci-fi. I'm sure you're not running around with 87 different versions of the same bullets, each one with a little bit more armor piercing or blunt nonsense attached to it. That's what Tarkov's all about. That's what people love about it. That's what their niche audience loves about it. You're probably not going to pull those people away. But all the casual players that love extraction are going to try this new extraction shooter, especially since it's half price of a regular game. And they might love it. They might hate it. I don't know. Maybe they find a market for it. Maybe it fails completely. But I haven't even heard of any other extraction shooters coming out. So, Johnny got timed out for posting a link. Anyway,
there are no AAA extraction shooters out there, and especially not on console. All right.
Oh, there's none on console.
Are there extraction shooters that exist in all these spaces? Yes. Are any of them AAA? No. I'm sorry, they're not. Even Tarkov is not a AAA experience.
Oh no, it's not. Battlestate Games is the furthest thing from a AAA developer that you can come across. It takes them like fucking 2.5 years to build a map. They add a gun. It takes them like, I don't know, 3 months to build it. I'm being dramatic. It's not that bad, but I remember playing Tarkov for 2 years, waiting for, Streets of Tarkov to launch, which is a map, and it's just never coming, and I gave up and stopped playing. I know it's out now, but I gave up like 3 years ago. That shit just came out not long ago, like a year ago, max.
Sure. Is the Hunt Showdown on console?
I don't know.
That's the only one I can think of that is, a little big. But even then, Hunt Showdown is not a AAA experience either.
It does say it's on PlayStation 4, 5, Steam, Xbox One, Series XS. Yeah, there you go.
It's like I was saying in the pre-show, man. Just some gamers are not happy unless they have something to shit on.
Yeah, we did kind of talk about that in the pre-show. So anybody who's watching this on YouTube, we did kind of discuss this a little bit earlier. It's people like to hate. It makes me wonder what their lives are like. Like, are they just angry all the time?
In their online persona, probably part of the problem.
Yeah, but does that give them ulcers and shit? Like,
people who are terminally online don't have a good grasp on reality, in my opinion, and they shoot off things on the internet with hiding behind their anonymity that they wouldn't ever say in real life, and maybe not even their actual opinions.
Yeah, but even to believe someone, okay, maybe if it's not their actual opinions, fine. But if they believe all that, like the stuff that they're spouting, they must be eternally angry at life in general. And it just makes me wonder if they just hate being alive because they can't enjoy anything. There's nothing they can enjoy other than fucking pornography, I guess. And they probably even got problems with that.
This took a weird turn.
Too many dongs in my pornography.
That's getting weirder.
Let's go back. Let's take this back a few minutes, please.
Yeah.
You guys don't like talking about wieners?
I mean, let's just go back. If we want to talk about some criticisms of Marathon, it looks like slow movement from what we've seen.
You know what?
Even though I don't think it actually is the case.
When the first thing they dropped in their reveal event, I was like, ooh, it's a little slow. I don't know if I like this. But then when I was watching the creator gameplay, like Lupo and Scaro, that shit looked fire. Like, it was so good. Their movement was clean and fun. It wasn't slow. Like, whatever Bungie made was like, they're really good with trailers normally, but like that first one they showed was not it. It showed the gameplay fine and whatever, but it just, everything seems so slow in comparison to the actual gameplay from the creators. That made it look a lot better. And then let me tell you, I'm sorry, I can't. You're trying to say something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that short film. I know it has nothing to do with the game, but fuck me, that was good.
It was good.
Holy shit.
The gameplay seemed slow to me at first because in their actual like marketing materials, the people playing are playing like bots. And I'm sure that's so it's not moving too fast. You can actually see everything that's going on. Yada yada yada. The UI is a little bit simplistic for me.
I think it's a little clunky. Hopefully, that's one of the things they're working on.
A lot of the loot they showed hopefully a lot of that stuff was like placeholders, because a lot of it didn't look interesting enough for me to like pay attention to what it was, and it's all similar enough that it kind of merges together when you're looking at it on the screen. So I'm not a huge fan of that. One thing good about like Tarkov is their itemization is good, right? You know what it is you're looking at just by taking a glance at what's in your backpack, right?
Subjective. Try figuring it. You ask a Tarkov veteran to tell them the difference between all the ammo they have in their inventory, and they'd be able to do it. But if you ask anybody that is kind of casual or medium player, there's no way.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. And the last point is that the art style is definitely not going to be for everybody. Right. I mean, and Bungie had to know that. Bungie had to know that going into it, right? That this particular art style was not going to appeal to everyone.
I think in 2025, people need to. I don't know. To me, that shit isn't what makes games good anymore. Like a lot of people are concerned about graphics and how things look, and I get that on a level. But the art style looks awesome. Yeah, sure, it's not realistic, but I don't know why people are so interested.
To you.
The what?
To you, right? And why is it? Because it can change how the game feels to a lot of us. For instance, I am not one of the people that wants to compare Marathon to Concord, but for me, when we're talking about Concord and its issues, Concord was a fun game to play. If you played the beta, Concord was fun to play. Concord was not fun to look at.
See, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
The shit was ugly. Even when you're looking at stuff from first-person view, even your guns and your animations, they didn't look good. And for me, if I don't jive with the art style of the game, it takes me out of it. It's the same thing with some of the skins that Bungie sells, some of the ornaments that Bungie sells. When they get away from their art style,
their regular aesthetic, I hate.
When they get away from their art style and you run into something that is far outside whatever their art style is, it diminishes my fun of the game. When I see somebody running all around with a hollow chip or some fucking angel wings, I'm like, immediately it takes me out of whatever I was doing.
Oh man. No, I'm just kidding. I have never put a hollow chip on. There was some recourse about this on the internet recently after the Switch 2 launch trailer that had Metroid Prime 4. People are saying it looks like a PS3 game, which is fine. It's whatever if that's the case. I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks more like a Switch game. But you go back and play Metroid Prime, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And people are too I just mean 2025. People are too focused on that type of stuff. It should, in my opinion, it shouldn't allow them to not enjoy the product if they're not a huge fan of the style. Because sometimes games are just fucking incredible, and it doesn't matter that they're not up to certain standards.
It doesn't matter to you. It's not a standards thing. I can play games with low graphic fidelity and games with high graphic fidelity. It's whether or not the art style of the game annoys me.
I think your argument is different than what I was saying. To be fair, I agree with you. If you look at something and you just don't like the art style, it's totally different. Their argument was it looks like a PS3 game, so it is about the graphics. When you're talking,
those people are fucking stupid.
That.
There are so many games, especially in the indie space, that are either using pixel graphics or are old school in style that are great. And the fact that they're not graphic powerhouses, photorealistic models and shit running around does not diminish them at all, unless that's super important to you.
I think pixel art can and absolutely is, in a lot of cases, absolutely fucking beautiful. If you do it right, it's incredible. You can do it wrong and it looks like shit. It looks like the old 8-bit stuff, which actually a lot of that still looks good, but the bad stuff from the 8-bit era or the 16-bit era or whatever era you want to talk about. But yeah, a lot of that indie stuff, you're right. There's some pixel art that's just absolutely gorgeous. I love Dead Cells. And that's an older one now. That's almost probably 10 years old at this point. So there's been a lot of stuff that came out after that. But the pixel art in that game, oof. Mwah.
Yeah. Well, I can understand people not driving with the art style of Marathon, but just flat out saying this looks bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. You just don't like it.
It's high quality. It is obviously high quality graphics.
Oh yeah.
But the art style may or may not be something somebody enjoys.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I can agree with that, and I can understand that if you make that argument that way. I think this art style is incredible, and the art direction is amazing in this game.
I guess the one other thing that people keep bringing up is how is this actually connected to Marathon? It doesn't look anything like the old game. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
The games are 30 years old.
They told us back in the day. I mean, the lore has ties to the original, the TWAS environment and setting. I mean, it might not take place in it, but I forget. I don't know enough about it to talk too much. But the lore does tie them together, but that's it. But they told us right away. It's like when they were making Marathon. Maybe we pay too much attention to what Bungie is saying, so people don't know this stuff when they're getting into it, or they're waiting. And the first thing they see is the reveal trailer, and they were fans of the original. But we all knew that this. They told us it's like these games aren't the original. This is going to be a looter or extraction shooter. It's not a first-person, adventure game like the originals, or first-person shooter adventure, whatever you classify it under. We all knew that going into it. At least I did. They told us. And maybe that's because I'm deeply ingrained in Bungie lore, but so that doesn't necessarily make them stupid. But to me, it's like, we already knew this. We knew this like 8 months ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago. They told us. So why are you arguing about it now?
Yeah. If you want a game that has that same feeling as the original Marathon, like, about, go play.
You're cutting out again.
Go play Doom. I mean, that's it.
Just go play the original Marathon. It's on Steam.
Good to go. Knock yourself out.
A bunch of them are. The collection's on there, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's there or if you have to go to the emulation, the remaster site to get it. I haven't gone to look because that's
Classic Marathon, Classic Marathon 2, and Classic Marathon Infinity are all on Steam.
Well, there you go.
And they're free. They're all free. Just go play them if you want. Oh, and it does look exactly like Doom. I didn't even realize that. Wild. Yeah, just go play the original Doom, too. There you go. And Wolfenstein. This shit's wild, actually. I might play these. They look good.
Anyway, stuff gets rebooted. It happens all the time in media of all kinds. It's nothing wrong with it happening in video games.
I mean, yeah, it's totally true. When did the last Marathon game come out? Like 1994? Like
people complaining about this not being
it's been 30 years.
Similar to the old Marathon. You're just trying to find something to be mad about. That's all. Which, that's just how the online brain rot world works these days. Find something, get mad about it, scream about it on Twitter, try to get people to interact with your shit, move on to the next thing.
No. Okay, so let's be clear. This was topic 1, and we were supposed to be talking about the Edge of Fate, and somehow we got into talking about Marathon.
Well, I mean, yeah, you did read chat.
Well, yes, it was the whole concept of release date, Borderlands 4, Marathon, all being within a launch window.
We're having an organic conversation, Greener.
Okay, fine. All right. Let's just get to the next topic.
Can I give my thoughts on Edge of Fate? I never even got the chance.
Did we skip you? All right.
You're gonna need to be a little bit more aggressive about getting your.
Go ahead and talk some. I gotta get a drink of water.
My goodness. Okay. So
he's not even gonna hang out for your opinions. What the fuck?
I know. So rude, right? No. I just had 2 things that I wanted to mention here. First, I 100% agree. Don't set expectations too high. People have done that, and then they get disappointed, and then they end up hating the content. It's going to be a medium-sized DLC. Let's not get too excited. That being said, I do love the initial reveal artwork that they released, because you have the symbols of the 9, which is always exciting. That means we're going to see something to do with the 9, whether that's the full story or something else in the background, I don't know. But I also love that the entirety of it has a backdrop of a singularity behind it, which is very interesting and very telling for Destiny's lore. So I'm very excited to see what they end up doing with this DLC. It's clear it's going to have something to do with the 9. Possibly maybe them exploring a singularity or creating a singularity or dropping into one. In either case, it's very exciting because there's only been like one major singularity in the entirety of Destiny lore that had a huge impact on humanity, basically. So very interested to see where it goes.
I want everybody's prognostication on how long the Edge of Fate campaign is going to be in hours. I will start. I am going to throw out there that I expect it to be no longer than Curse of Osiris, which means 3 hours of content total for story for campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2.5.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I guess it depends on story missions and do they include legendary mode like they have been doing and all that stuff. And ultimately, how much back and forth we're going to be seeing.
Come on, give us a projection.
But ultimately, I do agree. 3, maybe 4 hours on the long end, but probably that 3 to 4 hour range.
All right. We're gonna make a note of that, and we'll check back in once it arrives.
2.5 hours.
I expect all of us are going to be done with the campaign the Thursday of the podcast after the Tuesday release.
I mean, I can guarantee you right now, I will take that day off just to play.
I have to see when it's launching, and then take that week off so I can get it done. But I've already taken a bunch of vacation because I took. That
better be a drink you're shaking.
It is. I took the week of Marathon launch off too. And then I took a week of Death Stranding 2 launch off. Oh man, if this launches the week Death Stranding 2 is, I'm sorry, I'm just not playing Destiny. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Destiny.
You'd rather go deliver packages?
Yeah, absolutely. That game is incredible. I don't care what anyone says. You're wrong.
Greener missed out on an exciting job opportunity at the Canadian version of UPS.
We have UPS in Canada.
Okay.
UPS is a courier.
There's some Canadian company that does the same thing. Is what I was alluding to. I know because I had to ship through them. They wanted to ship through something when I.
Well, you ship through Canada Post, which is just like your USPS, not UPS. That's why I got confused. UPS and FedEx and Purolator are all courier services that aren't government run. Canada has Canada Post, and America has USPS. Right?
All right.
So, I was just being specific.
All right. Well, you definitely missed your calling. You should be driving around a brown truck delivering packages.
Okay.
Now, fuck that. They should just give you a bike, and you can just balance that shit on your back.
Yeah, like a bike, and robot legs, and I want little things that hover that I can put my packages on when I have too many. And I want to climb over mountains with my robot legs.
All right. Let's move on to the next Destiny topic, shall we?
Sure. Why not? Rite of the 9. Okay, so let's talk about the blocky weapons incident, because if you were poking around the Rite of the 9 playlist or you caught the early leaks a few weeks ago, you may have seen them. And so a couple weeks back, the Rite of the Nine content went live early unintentionally for a brief window. Players got access to some unfinished weapons with placeholder geometry, basic shaders, and even perks that weren't final. You may have seen them floating around Twitter. Big, chunky guns, no polish, clearly not ready for release. Now Bungie's clarified what happened, or what they're going to be doing about it. They were very early versions of the weapons tied to Explorer mode and Rite of the Nine. They weren't balanced. They didn't include the final solo friendly pathing or drop logic. And despite pulling the activities quickly, some players still held onto those rewards. Now they're issuing a fix. The blocky weapons will be removed from inventories, but everyone is getting a little something for their trouble. We'll all be earning 1,500 emissary currency. Will be granted to us on May 6th, the same day the Edge of Fate reveal. That's an equivalent of about 2 full dungeon runs worth of weapon drops. So not bad. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I think it's a pretty fair solution. Bungie owning the early access slip up, giving us a glimpse into just how early some things of these designs are in development. And now giving everyone a bonus, even if they've never touched the broken version. Seems kind of cool. Definitely glad this didn't mess with the. I wrote official drop pool, but I don't understand what that means. My brain was thinking something different. Curious to know, did anyone listening or you guys managed to snag one of those blocky primals before they disappeared, or were you like me and completely missed out on it?
No, they had it fixed before I even got off work that day.
Yeah, okay.
Same, yeah. I was at work when I saw the tweet about blocky weapons being everywhere. But
sad.
Yeah, very sad for those who had the weapons and are now going to lose it. But I'll be honest, I'm not too surprised that Bungie are just going to delete it, because I mean they're unfinished weapons. Nothing was balanced. Nothing made sense. You had perk combinations that aren't even possible. So, no surprise.
Wild. Yeah, so it's nice we get some extra currency for no reason, really. Like, I don't feel like anybody is upset or surprised that these
somebody's going to be upset about this.
Well, they can go fuck a duck. Like, I don't care. I'm tired of people being mad at things. Try to enjoy your life. Stop being such a fucking loser. All right, next topic. Sunless Grandmaster Nightfall is live this week, double loot, and a break-free emblem. So it's returning. Well, I guess it's the first time it's officially the GM, right?
No,
I thought the other time was only because you could play it through the director. It's fine if I'm wrong.
Is it the first time it's the?
Yes, this will be the first time.
All right, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought people were playing it through the director before, and not was actually live. Okay, anyway, so it's a Grandmaster for sure. It's a double weekend. It's Adept Palindrome. There's going to be an exclusive emblem called Break Free. Let's break it down. Sunless, if you didn't know, OG Destiny 1 Strike, now fully slotted into D2 Nightfall playlist. That means it's part of the GM pool, which means it's live this week for GMs. I just scrolled up, and I don't know what I wrote on my list. So yeah, get ready for the grind. If you haven't played it since D1 or the recent updates, now it's the perfect time to relearn the flow and prep your loadouts. Double Nightfall rewards plus Palindrome equals S tier farming week. Some people disagree with you because they don't like the loot pool and Palindrome, but I fought a lot of Palindrome in trials over the last few weeks, and it doesn't suck. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anyone tells you it does suck, I mean, it might not be the best hand in 140 hand cannon, but it does. It's still good. Stop it. Well, it might not be good for you and your PvE nonsense, but I'm telling you, it's people People have been using it in PvP, and it doesn't absolutely kick butt. Or I just said the wrong thing. Anyway, it's not bad. I haven't even played with it. I've just been playing against it. Oh my god! Stop. All right.
Palindrome. Palindrome has the worst perk pool of all the quote meta 140s, and not by a small amount, by a large amount. It, however, still has the same gun feel that it used to have, which is why a lot of people use it. It feels good to shoot, even though its perks are mostly dookie. It's the exact opposite of Exalted Truth, which a lot of people find to be a clunky to shoot weapon, even though its perk pool is cracked.
Okay.
Palindrome, by the numbers, is in fact bad.
Having played against it, I can confirm it's not that bad. And for those of you, never mind. It's not important. Is anybody going to be farming Palindrome this weekend? Yes? No? Maybe?
No. No.
Now.
It's also not this weekend. It's next weekend. Weekend 22nd.
Yeah. This Tuesday coming up.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. This Tuesday coming up. Of the week that we're currently in.
Even though Palindrome is not good, I have the one role that is okay for PvP if you're playing Arc or Void already. So no need to farm.
You want to know what's cool?
Huh.
If you shoot someone in the head 3 times with a 140, they die. Doesn't matter what 140 it is.
That's true.
So who gives a fuck about these crazy ass perk pools?
The perk pool will greatly impact whether or not you are the one who's hitting 3 heads versus your opponent. It makes it the perk pool on many other guns and the stats, the raw stats, make it much easier to get those 3 headshots.
Maybe
keep in mind, Destiny is not a game where you simply put target on, put reticle near head, get headshot. You know what I mean? It's not how. It's not
That's
how
I
it
do
works.
it.
That's not how it works.
I just aim at their head and they die.
Yeah. Okay.
It's true. Can confirm. All right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The emblem break free. If anybody wants it, everyone who completes Sunless Cell Nightfall from April 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific through April 29th. So basically, next reset. On sorry, excuse me. On any difficulty, will earn the break free emblem. I'm not going to show you the emblem because I don't want to. Rex might bring it up on his little screen in the back. There.
Nope.
Nope. I'm not. He says, "Fuck y'all." I can actually bring it up. Give me a second. Break free emblem. Oh, it's actually pretty cool. Cool. All right. So, which
Here he goes. Look,
here who goes?
trying to change the screen.
I ain't changing shit. I'm doing it the good old fashioned way. This is the emblem right here. All right, for anyone who wants to see it, here, look. Woo! You guys ain't gonna see shit unless you're watching the stream. So
It's pretty cool.
yeah, I like this dude, whatever his name is. Who the fuck knows? I don't care. Here, we'll put it over here for the rest of the show. What? You mad that I don't know Destiny? Stupid ass Destiny lore that no one cares about?
The man just said earlier this evening that he is deep into Bungie lore, but not Destiny lore. Apparently.
Bungie lore. Bungie as a company, not Destiny lore. I don't give a fuck about Destiny lore. Valk says it's ugly. You know what? Fuck you, Valk. It's beautiful. All right. I'm sorry that I'm not ingrained in. What's the name of the guy with the head on the emblem? What's his name? You're not gonna tell me? All right, fine.
Silence is deafening.
Which one? The old one or the new one?
The one on the emblem, right here. This head. Whose head is that?
The old knight that was in the Sunless cell or the new knight that's in the Sunless cell?
On the fucking emblem! Who is the guy on the emblem?
same model.
Yeah.
Well, then that's dumb. That's why nobody likes Destiny lore. Why would they look exactly the same? They're two different people. That's like saying we look exactly the same because we're men. He's done talking to me. All right. Well, chat, whoever the fuck this guy is, nobody cares. But let's keep going. All right. So you don't have to, do anything special. You don't need to go flawless. You don't need to do it on GM. You just complete it at any level and you get it. Bungie did note it'll take a little time for the emblem to be granted since they have to process completions manually. So don't panic if it doesn't show up right away. That's fucking stupid. How many, they couldn't have just made it into an achieve, a triumph, and then you hit the button and then it's yours? Whatever, I don't care.
Greener, do you know the name of the boss in the Light Blade Strike?
No, I don't. It's like air something, air talk, air tool.
Alakul.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
The Light Blade. Formerly Alakul, the Dark Blade, and who was in the original Sunless Cell Strike. Now it's Obakul, who instead of being Oryx's prisoner is champion of Ziva Arath, that then gets taken by the new Taken King, the tentacle guy, in the middle of the fight.
Yep. He starts off as Obakul, imprisoned, becomes Obakul, transformed.
Yep.
That all happens during the strike?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, the part where you're wailing on the boss and the big Taken orb appears around him? And then
he did get all his life back. Yeah. He transformed. Yeah, see, I didn't pay attention. I just kept shooting him.
That's because he was taken by the mysterious force that is taking over the Taken and making them into the dire Taken.
Okay, whatever. See, so interesting.
Yep, it's because he gave him to Cthulhu.
Wait a minute.
That's the eyeball monster. Game.
That's a different
Graynard,
game.
Did you know all the tentacles and the eyeballs all over the Dreadnought are that new boss, that new force, that new enemy?
The new what?
The guy that's trying to be the new Taken King, or the creature that's trying to be the new Taken King.
I didn't even know somebody
that may have been just created by force of will of the Taken.
I didn't know that somebody was trying to become the new Taken King.
Yeah. So all those eyeballs that appear that give you terror or whatever, and all the tentacles that are over the place, and whenever you pick up any of those essentia, if you look close to those black and white spiky balls, there's little eyeballs all over them that close when you collect them. Yeah, it's all related to the new dude.
Cool.
Dunk knew all this.
Yeah. You know something else I know?
Yeah?
The first time you played Court of Oryx back in Act 2, the first thing that Oryx says when you jump in is that there is something stood between himself and the witness. Some entity that has blocked his connection.
Yep. And that's Mr. Tentacle Face. It's Cthulhu. But not Cthulhu. It's Bung Cthulhu. You hear that, chat? It's Bung Cthulhu.
Do they Do they
I want
really
you to
expect
go
people
out
to?
your local AI art generator and get me some Destiny themed Cthulhu's to post on the server.
No. Do they really expect people to pay attention to the audio that's happening when they're fighting and shooting shit to understand what's going on in the story?
I mean, it was right at the very beginning of it, so you weren't fighting or shooting.
I was probably walking though. I can't listen and walk at the same time.
That must be a detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah, except if he plays something like, I don't know, Legend of Zelda, he definitely can.
There's no visuals. There's no audio storytelling in a Zelda game. It's all like world building lore that you just discover. So
People
bad
talk.
choice. Bad choice.
People talk.
Almost nobody talks, and the
No.
only time they talk, you're stuck because you're going through dialogue boxes.
I bet you paid attention to some of the lore in the God of War games when you were playing them.
Yes, I did.
And a lot of that is while you're running around doing shit.
Well, maybe one's more interesting than the other. Do you ever think of that?
Leader of a Destiny community, by the way. Smile.
Whatever. I'm way more interested in people just gaming together than the actual story of the game they're playing.
Mhm.
And another thing, that's a perfect example, is that we'll just send in chat. When you're in voice chat, like I turn the volume in my game way down and just play. Like, I ignore what's going on, what's being said. Like, none of that stuff's important to me. And I sure as hell don't hit left on my arrow keys when I get a new weapon and read all the fucking lore that comes along with it. Who does that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you do that?
So, Keen Thistle coming back in Trials of Osiris tomorrow.
That's funny. That is my next topic. Are you going to tell me all about the Keen Thistle lore? No? All right. Let's move into PvP territory for a sec. Trials of Osiris is back this weekend, and Keen Thistle is back. I got a bunch of stuff written here that I don't need to read. If you want an Adept version, reminder that Trials is different. Since the drop of Episode 3, Bungie Heresy Era Trials changes are still active. Just a quick rundown how it works, just in case you haven't been paying attention or haven't listened to our podcast. 3 win streaks are now eligible for Adept drops and post-match rewards. 7 total wins, not flawless, will unlock the trip to the Lighthouse. Lighthouse chest guarantees Adept roll for the featured weapon, this week being the Keen Thistle. That means if you're on a decent win streak or playing with friends, you got multiple shots of high-quality loot without the flawless pressure. So basically, I got my Keen Thistle when it was already up earlier in the season. You gonna be farming for any this weekend, Mr. Rect? I know you aren't dunk, so.
Bro, there are going to be less than 10,000 trials this weekend.
That seems like plenty of people when you only need six for a match.
Any thought? Nah. When the playlist gets, that's why if maybe I'm playing on console, so probably fine. If I were playing in PC lobbies, I wouldn't bother touching it.
You cutting out again?
If I were playing on PC lobbies, I wouldn't touch it at all personally. Because it'll probably be 1,200 players max for PC only lobbies. I'm actually pretty disappointed that Trials hasn't been able to keep its population, but such as it is, such is life. Kind of knew that was going to happen eventually, anyway.
I think each season will bring a new burst to it, with different weapons and different perks and that type of stuff. But then people will fall off again. Even the new mode is. I'm still playing it. I play it way more this season than I have in the last 10 seasons. Surely there's more people like me, but obviously not enough to keep it busy until the end of the episode.
We're back to numbers pre-rework again.
Yeah, once you get through all the weapons, like I was able to get every Adept weapon that I wanted through the entire except for I didn't have time to play during Shurio's Wrath week end. So
It was really bad that week anyway.
oh yeah, that was the Guardian Games weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I bet that weekend, once that comes back around in rotation, will pop off because it won't be Guardian Games weekend, and people will want to get their Adept that don't already have one. But that might be one of the only weekends moving forward that's actually really good. This season, this episode, things will change. And I'm still playing to get rewards that I haven't earned yet, cosmetic. So we'll see.
Oh, well, probably part of my problem is that on Aisha's Care week, not Aisha's Care, yeah, Aisha's Care weekend, on the Pulse Rifle weekend, that was a good weekend for me loot-wise. That weekend, I got every ship, every Sparrow, every Ghost, the Emblem, and the Shader all in the same weekend.
Can you tell me about this emblem? What's the name of it?
I don't remember the name of the emblem.
All right.
Because I got it and immediately threw it away.
Is it an old seasonal emblem? Like, is there a new one this season?
There is a new trial. It's called Lighthouse Keeper. Lighthouse-Keeper. Yeah.
I need to know if I have this because people kept talking about the emblem, which is totally fine. I was like, oh, I'm going for the emblem. I'm going for the emblem. Then I went into my collections and I have no Trials emblems that I don't have. So I was like, wait. What's going on here? Anyway. So I've been asking around. I actually Googled it and I couldn't find any posts of anybody talking about the new emblem this season. So I was confused. Anyway, I'm opening Destiny right now. I don't care if I'm in the middle of a podcast. I want to see. So if you guys hear Destiny audio, just ignore it. Well, you won't. I'm talking to the audience. All right. So if I don't already have this one, then I'll still be hunting for this Lighthouse Keeper emblem. But there's no empty slot or anything in my collections. In my trials, my trials emblem spot. Does it just appear when you get it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be there to tell you how to get it though?
Not every emblem is like that.
That's annoying. All right, that's how I tell if I have the emblems that I want.
I mean, if you play enough if you play enough with a full card, eventually you will. You'll earn enough points to get it. So the emblem is 3,000 points.
Okay, hold on. Flare, emblems,
competitive
trials.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it called?
Lighthouse Keeper.
Yeah, I don't have it. I have Hardened by Trials, Light for the Lost, Flawless Empyrean, and the Sunward Ordeal. Fuck! So there is one. See, I thought I was done getting all the most of that shit. So I guess I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going, chat. We gotta keep on keeping on. That's fine. That's fine. And they still haven't fixed the Guardian Games 10% emblem. Jesus, fucking idiots. Bungie, get your shit together.
All right, so some changes to Bungie's online presence. Is that one of your topics?
Yep. All right, let's talk about support comms. Not the flashiest topic, but if you've ever had to deal with bugs, outages, or login errors, you want to hear this. BungieHelp, the Twitter account we've all come to rely on during server meltdowns, is going to be going through a bit of a transformation. With Marathon entering the ecosystem, Bungie is officially splitting how they communicate support updates between both games. Here's the breakdown. BungieHelp will be doing Bungie Server Status. Oh, sorry. It's becoming. It's currently BungieHelp. It's becoming Bungie Server Status. So you got a new name. We'll now cover both Destiny 2 and Marathon. Posts will focus on Marathon Windows error codes, outages, game, website, services. So next time you're looking for why you can't log in, you'll want to check Bungie Server Status and not just BungieHelp. New Destiny focus comms. For players who only care about Destiny 2, Bungie has recommended you follow wait, what? Let me read this. I gotta bring it up. I think it's just apologies. I wrote this weird, so it doesn't make sense for me. Bungie helps us insights from the team. Okay, all right. Well, whatever. Fuck. Why did I wrote following accounts? Anyway, Destiny 2 dev team. You'll get dev insights, bug tracking and timelines, patch notes and workarounds, community features. Destiny the game. You'll get news, reset info, event updates, and blog posts. They'll also actively pushing updates through Discord, Blue Sky, Threads, and of course Twitter. So pick your poison. Just make sure you're following at least one of them. Help site updates. Bungie says they'll continue to evolve help.bungie.net with server status pages, known issues list, FAQs, contact forms, region-specific info. So if you're ever stuck in an error code limbo or need something to report that isn't working, that's still your home base. It might sound like a lot, but it seems like a good move in most cases to separate most of the stuff except for Bungie Help. With 2 live games in the mix, keeping Destiny and Marathon info separate and accessible makes sense to me. Okay, yep, that's it. Questions, thoughts?
Nope, stuff I saw coming.
Yeah,
I don't really like the updates they made to the Bungie website. Like, they don't have everything sorted out so that, like, when you click on Destiny news, like, it just gives you Destiny news. Like, the TWID this week was not... Maybe the TWID is going this week in Bungie and not this week in Destiny. That's why it wasn't in the Destiny news. I don't know. It was just in, like, the basic news. So, and so were the patch notes for Destiny. Right? So maybe they just haven't gotten everything totally sorted out on their website yet. But some stuff is not showing up where I would have expected it to show up initially. Hopefully they get that all figured out.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, see?
No, but if you just like, okay, so if you click Destiny 2 on Bungie.net, the update and This Week in Destiny are there. But if you go to Marathon and click news and then select Destiny, it wasn't all there.
Yeah.
Because they had
the community news has Destiny updates and This Week in Destiny. The Destiny news.
Oh, this is fucking wild because
updated.
No, check this. I don't know. I can't really look on the stream for a second. I think I have a window here. Yeah. Okay. So check this out, Jan. If you do it normally, like this, boom, Destiny 2, you get your stuff here. Destiny 2 update, This Week in Destiny, boom. What Rex talking about, community news. It does show here under all news, but you get this new window here, right? Are these new tabs here, these are all fucked up. Because if you click community, you don't get the patch notes. If you click Destiny, you don't get anything. The last This Week in Destiny was March 27th. Anyway, so stick to these top ones for now, and you should get all the stuff you need. As you can see, This Week in Destiny, Destiny 2 updates. Marathon just brings you all the way around here to this Marathon tab. But I wouldn't stay in here yet. These community tabs are fucking weird. The all news one works, but like the community and the Destiny one don't have everything that's needed. But these ones up here do. So I'd say this is still where you should either all news or Destiny in here. Anyway, That's just my opinion. Yeah, that is a little wonky. They got a little fucked up. Strange.
Yeah, it's just growing pains and probably
Yeah.
something their web developer didn't think about when they were taking care of it or whatever.
He definitely didn't do something right.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, last thing no, that's not true. I have the Bungie Bounty for good. There's not a lot to talk about this other than it exists. So here you go. This one's for the folks who like giving back and fragging out, because the Bungie Bounty for good is officially returning next week, and it's doing so with a cause we shouted out before, Guardians of Mental Health. Here's the deal. Tuesday, April 22nd, 11 a.m. Pacific. Bungie Foundation will be hitting Twitch for special Bungie Bounty stream, teaming up with the Guardians Mental Health crew for some Crucible Chaos. It's not just for show. What's in it for you? If you match them in-game during the stream and win, you get an emblem. Boom. Make sure if you want to go for this emblem, you have people in your fire team from different regions of the world. They announce which region they're going to be. I don't think they did in here yet. Did they? I don't see it, or I don't remember. So make sure you have like a Western United States, Eastern United States, and maybe somebody in the UK. And you have to make that person a fire team leader to even have a shot at playing with them. So they switch it up purposefully so it's easier for certain people. But if you got a VPN, you can get right in. Anyway, if you just tune in, there's going to be giveaways, streamed PvP matches, and a few surprises. Last time they did this, it was super chill, educational, wholesome, sweaty. Well, for some people, I don't know if you guys watched Jared play, but it's definitely not sweaty. Oh man, if he ever watches this, he's going to be so offended. He won't. So why it matters? Guardians Mental Health is one of the really real bright spots in the community since 2019. They've been offering free mental health resources, evidence-based support kits, a mobile app built with licensed professionals, and partnership with Gaming Ors to keep the conversation going. If you want to support directly, you can also just donate to their Stress Awareness Month campaign. $10 donation gets you the Love is the Mind Saver emblem in Destiny 2. We talked about it last week. Anyway, subtle, it's clean. It's way better than some of the old donate to win designs we've seen in other campaigns. So if you've got time Tuesday, drop in. Even just showing up helps amplify the cause. If you get queued and matched, win or lose, you're part of something cool. So yeah, that's that.
All right, cool.
Boom, boom. Cool indeed. So last thing I have is known. Well, not last thing. I have known issues. I titled it "What's Still Broken." All right. Yeah, let's quickly go through. Grandmaster Nightfall Sunless Cell still not available through Fireteam Finder, which is super inconvenient during a week when everyone wants to farm it, except for you Palindrome haters. You'll need to LFG the old-fashioned way. Quarter Blades, boss spawn bugs, some bosses just don't show up. Soft locks the activity. No ATM effects. Get fucked. Vendor audio lap. Talking to vendors. Sometimes you'll hear their ambient chatter laid over the actual dialogue. Dumb. Immersion breaking. Ionic Sentry. Chain lightning fail. It's a bummer. It sometimes doesn't properly chain lightning to nearby targets, which undercuts a lot of the arc build synergy. Drawing a lamp with quests, steps 6 and 9. Progress is bugged for some players. If you've progressed it on an alternate character, Bungie recommends playing on the original character to realign the quest. Okay. Derealize exotic mission, risk encounter. The taken relic can drop below the map, making the encounter uncompletable. So yeah, just restart. Sonner Doctor and Shrieker Boss damage display still doesn't work. Get fucked. I should explain that more. If you don't know what it is, it displays crit numbers, but it doesn't actually do the crit damage. So it's confusing. But, I mean, if you're looking at your damage bar, then you know where you're at. Tomb of Want, steps 3 and 4, same deal. Quests may not be progressed if you've done if you've done everything. Again, inconsistent and frustrating. Memento shader preview bug. This one I like. Okay, I think they should make this a thing because some of the memento shaders look fire on armor. I'm just saying. Anyway, you can preview your memento shaders on armor, but you can't equip them. It's just a UI bug, they say. But some of them look great. I don't know. They should let us just put them on. It clearly works. It can't be that hard to be like allow. Yes. In the code.
Maybe when we get the new armor.
Maybe.
It'll be.
Honor of Hercules ornament strap misalignment. There's a visual issue. You guys will be fine. Secondment filaments and spirit of filaments. These can't grant devour if you're using facet of protection, which will completely kill the synergy of some void warlock builds. Nobody plays void warlock anyway. No. I do have Court of Blade stuff just got easier from the patch. I forgot I put patch stuff in here.
Court of Blade's getting easier or harder. Fully depends on the enemies and the modifiers.
Sure. So. Well, here's what's changing. Okay, so Court of Blades is changing. Lucent Hive Guardian bosses, health has been reduced. On Expert, their supers are disabled until they're below 33%. If multiple bosses are present, only one gets a super re-enabled at a time. Translation, no more instantly getting Nova Bombed into orbit when the fight starts. Cool. Lucent Hives removed from the randomizer fodder pool. These guys were causing unpredictability difficulty spikes, and now they're right. Give fuck. This should bring more. This should bring the fight more in line with the other factions. Yeah, just making it better. Quick weapon fixes too. Rocket sidearms are now correctly dealing self damage. No more weird immunity cheese. I don't know why I wrote that down. Is there cheese for that?
Well, you could do things or use the rocket sidearm for things up close that normally would hurt you. For instance, like breaking blights.
Okay, sure. Support frame auto rifles now apply their elemental effects properly. Especially useful during Center Doctrine second encounter. Overall, this is a little... sorry, we're in a full patch notes at this point. Not just... overall, it's just... it's a patch. It's not flashy, but it addresses some pain points of the high-end PvE community.
Listen, people. If you're having problem with Expert Court of Blades, here's what you do. You get your fire team together, all right? Ideally, you make 2 of your members switch to Arc Warlock, and you make 1 of your members switch to Arc Titan. Everybody puts on Microcosm, and you just go in and beam the boss. You don't deal with any of the other ads. You don't deal with the champions. You don't even deal with the modifiers unless the modifiers prevent you from hurting the boss. Otherwise, just shoot boss, fire supers, rinse and repeat. You should be able to get the thing done with 5 minutes to spare almost every single time.
Wild story, bro. I don't have Microcosm. I never did those quests.
You should probably do it.
Why?
Because it's a good gun, especially for activities like this. Especially with artifact mods that we have that are harsh refractions is always turned on from Microcosm.
Okay. Lame. All right. That's all the Destiny news I have. Anyone want to talk about anything Destiny related that happened this week? Did you do something cool? Did you cheat? And we can tell Bungie that you're a cheater? No?
Interesting
Right.
to bring that up.
Not really.
Anyway.
I didn't see anybody cheating this week.
Okay.
Nobody I knew, anyway.
You know what? Me too.
Same, yeah. Saw no one cheating. It was great.
Do I have anything else exciting? No.
No? All right. Well, we're going to plug Extra Life then.
All right.
and then close out this the podcast. All right, before we close episode 104, I want to take a second to talk about something that matters way beyond way beyond general matters. I stopped writing that sentence. Fuck. Anyway, that's our 2025 Extra Life campaign. Every year, Shrouded Gaming teams up with Extra Life to raise money for Children Miracle Networks across North America. We're doing it again in a big way, but this year we made one key change. We moved our campaign over to Tiltify. Why? Simple, better integration with Twitch, easier donor experience, cleaner tools for giveaways, milestones, and stretch goals. But the mission stays the same. We're raising money to support real kids, real hospitals, real families in need, whether it's funding a new piece of life-saving equipment or helping make a hospital stay a little less scary. Your donations make a tangible difference. And you know how we do it. We're not just asking for donations. We make it fun. We do giant charity streams, chaos incentives, community challenges, IRL giveaways, and game rewards. Last year, we raised over $11,000, and this year, we're going to do better. Plain and simple. So if you've ever gotten something from this community, a raid clear, a laugh on stream, a sick roll recommendation, whatever, consider giving a little bit back. Even $5 matters, even $1 matters. Can't donate, share the link. Share the link. You guys all got Facebook, Twitter, whatever the hell. Grab the link, share it. It all helps. You got some spare emblems that you're not going to use, donate them. We'll throw them up as donation rewards. Do not think they're not good enough. Somebody donated like 6 or 7 emblems for Game to Give, and we ended up getting either almost $1,000 or over $1,000 of donations for those 6 or 7 emblems. Like, that's huge. It's almost like that person donated $1,000. It's even huger. That's a word. Anyway, the official Tiltify page is going to be in the description if you're watching on YouTube. It's pinned in our Discord everywhere. It's in our socials. I'm going to drop it right now in our Twitch chat that's live. Anyway, do it for the kids. Have some fun. That's it. The last thing I got is the closing. Last chance to say anything interesting.
Let's do it. Close it out.
All right, we covered a lot from the announcements of the Edge of Fate reveal. On May 6th, the Bungie's update on support comps, blocky, Rite, 9 loot, and coming changes to the Court of Blades. We touched on Trials, Sunless, Nightfall, double loot, and yep, Bungie Bounty is back next week for a great cause with Guardians Mental Health. And of course, don't forget our 2025 Extra Life campaign we just talked about. Same mission, better tools, baby. As always, big shout out to Dunk and Mr. Rec for joining today, and to all of you for listening, watching, sharing, commenting, and just being a part of this crazy Shrouded family. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do so. Drop a link, leave a comment with your thoughts on this week's TWID. Maybe you'll end up featured on a future episode. I don't know. I'm A Greener. I'll see you next week right here on This Week at Shrouded.
Bye.
Bye.